Welcome to Gaming with MJ and Blue.
Let's talk gaming. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are a podcast all about gaming. We talk weekly news on Minecraft, as well as following the continued production of Hytale, seeing how that game is progressing. But that's not all. We're discussing kind of anything related to gaming at all. So if there's a topic, whether it's video games, even board games, and if it has some kind of relation to some gaming, that could be a conversation. Of course, me and MJ are primarily PC gamers, but we do have an interest in all kind of systems too, just to see what's out there and what people are liking. So definitely looking forward to that. And as always, we have our brief discussion opening up our first segment here on what we've been up to in gaming this week. MJ, do you mind starting us off?
Yeah, I'm not just going to say, yeah, we're a little loose with those rules of what relates to gaming, but we try to have fun, right?
Just a little bit, you know.
Try to have fun. It's not a rule, not a rule. It's a suggestion.
Mhm.
So what have I been up to this week? Well, I talked about it last 2 weeks. TLD, The Long Dark, right? It came up with episode 5, March 31st. It landed, and I've been hitting it pretty hard. I don't have a whole lot of time to play games, but as we've talked about many times. But I have been able to play quite a bit of it, lunch times and whatever. I just try to squeeze as much time into it as possible. And I've gotten pretty far into it. I'm feeling like it's difficult to say, but I'm feeling like I'm about 75% through with it. So just as far as the story goes, it switches to the girl, the Astrid character first, and then it switched to the Will character, and so now I'm playing the Will character right now.
Hmm.
I'm getting to the point where I'm almost to the end of that, and so I think it's going to switch back one more time, like
Hmm.
maybe switch back and forth one more time for smaller pieces, and then that's probably going to be it. That's what I feel. It's hard to
Mhm.
say, but so far I've really liked it. They've obviously made lots of progress in their cutscenes, their graphics. Everything is just so improved. So it's nice. It's nice to be able to enjoy it. You don't see, like, I'm talking about cutscenes. It's like the animation things, and sometimes you'll see like weird stuff, like people's hand will pass through their head or whatever as they're talking or gesturing or something. That's all gone. It's nice flow to it. It's conversational. People act kind of normally, like their hands or their shoulders or whatever. They're kind of like model human activity pretty well. So anyway, they've made lots of progress in that. I think the ending. I already looked at the ending. I did I did peek at it. So I did the same thing with Stray because I heard bad things about Stray,
Mhm.
and so I went and looked at it because I'm like, I'm not gonna finish Stray if it's gonna be bad, because you know how I am with, like, I don't want to see hurt kitties or anything.
Right,
So I
right.
went and looked at the end, and so I'm like, well, I'm not very impressed with that end as far as Stray goes. So I kind of stopped playing Stray. I haven't gone to all the finish of it. I will some point, but anyway. I had to do the same thing with TLD because I heard bad things and I'm like, oh no. So I went and looked at it real quick, but it's actually good. I think it's controversial. Some people don't agree, but I think it's good. I think it's good. And we talked about it in our chat with Discord with others too that play it, and they said the same thing. They said, I think it's good.
Hmm.
And I think we're on the same page there, me and this other person. So I think it's agreeable the way it's ending. It ends in a kind of interesting.
So, are you the kind of person who it doesn't spoil it for you if you look ahead and you're still satisfied with playing it through, or is it kind of like, oh, I looked ahead, well, I don't really know if I really feel like finishing it?
I'd say with Stray, it kind of spoiled it for me,
Yeah.
but only because the ending was so negative. Like,
Mm,
if I knew it was going to end like that, I wouldn't have bought the thing.
gotcha.
But the thing is like, it kind of set up for Stray 2.
Hmm.
So I was like, if so, here's my logic. If I know Stray 2 is coming out, I'll finish Stray 1, right? Because then I know it's got a place to go. And so the ending wasn't like Dead Cat, but it was kind of like non-resolved, and
Mm,
I didn't like that. So this it doesn't bother me because I know it's going to be bad because we're talking about a post-apocalyptic game or survival, right? So everybody's going to die, right? It's just going to be bad. And plus, we've already seen two coming, right? So they already have trailers for two. So you know what that world is like. So you know what it's going to take to get there. And because of that, you know that episode one is not going to be the most positive feeling thing, right? But it
Mm-hmm.
is going to be a nice end to the story. So does it bother me? Not really, because most of my enjoyment that I get out of games is going through all the nook and crannies and finding things and solving puzzles, right? That's to me. That's the game, right? Is solving the puzzles and playing it and getting through the challenges. And so I know those don't change, right? Even if you know the ending, those don't change. The only thing that changes is the way the cutscenes go, because the
Right.
cutscenes will end differently or whatever. And I'm like, well, that's fine. That's just the story part of it. I am curious though how it's going to affect the survival because as soon as it's done, as soon
Mm-hmm.
as I've finished playing the story, I'm done with the story. I'll never touch it again. I just know that
Right.
that's the kind of person I am. I never touch it again. And
A
so
lot
I'll
of
go
people
back
are
to the
that way.
survival. Yep. I'll go back to the survival and I hope that they learn stuff or that they convert stuff so that the survival gets enhanced because of the story. Like I hope that they like open up the area,
Mhm.
make the story, make that area explorable. Like they did for they've done that before, where they take the piece in the story, the area, the forest or whatever it was, or whatever, and they pull it in and they make it into an explorable area. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. The other thing I've
Sounds
been
good.
working on is I've been working on my 3D printer, trying to get it back going because I printed a oh man a load of stuff as soon as I bought the thing and built it and had it going. Man, I printed and printed and printed like every night. I had something for like months and months and months straight. So right now it's not working. I've kind of messed it
Mm-hmm.
up. So I got to figure out how to fix it. I got several people helping me, so hopefully I'll either fix it or I'll maybe upgrade. I don't know. We'll see. So
Yeah.
I think that is about all I've been doing this week that I can remember anyway. As far as
Cool.
Minecraft and Hytale, I don't think I cracked it open, to be
No,
honest.
not this
Nor
week.
the nor the Timberborn. I didn't touch the Timberborn yet, so not this week.
All right. Cool.
I knew that would happen though with TLD coming out.
Yeah.
I have to be
Well,
honest.
it's priority,
I
you
knew it.
know.
I knew it. There are priorities in life, yeah. How about you?
Okay, so for me, actually, what I was messing with a bit this week was with Minecraft. I started playing around with some stuff again that I really want to learn. Okay, so obviously I have a bad habit of throwing a lot of projects on me, but I think I needed a break from my the game trailer that I was working on. That was kind of taking up all of my mental energy that I had. So I needed to take a little bit of a break from that and do a little bit of something different, but still in the same kind of creative space. So what I was working on was trying to do research into data packs again, making those for Minecraft. Ideally, I prefer data packs because if you go the mod route, mods are fine, but you need people that need to a big degree. Most people need to have the mod download for it to work properly, unless you had it completely server based, which isn't always possible. Data packs, however, is Minecraft's built-in customization system. So implementing a data pack will, if you have it on the server, then it's available to everybody that joins that server. They don't have to run a modded instance. So I was trying to play around with that a little bit. I have a kind of like a data pack that I'd like to create uh, with that'll actually have make it a challenge for people. So I one thing me and my wife have been watching a lot lately is these guys that do these challenges. So a lot of times they'll do these 100-day challenges, or they're facing off on these different things, and they're just trying to survive. Maybe it's in hardcore or something like that, so they can't get their lives back. So it just kind of got me thinking, like, what would be a fun challenge? And I thought of one that I'm like, oh, I would love to do this, but it would require me to learn how to do a little bit of data pack work. I did take some time with AI to see if AI could help me code this with, because data packing is very much doing coding. We're going to talk about this a little bit later, but could not get it to work right. Like it would spit out this code, the code, like, oh, okay. I would throw it in, I'd get these errors, I'd feed the errors, like, oh yeah, it's doing this, feed it back and try it again. Oh, the errors are gone, but nothing's working. And and then just, it won't really, it doesn't really break it down the way I need it to in order for me to troubleshoot what's going on. So I'm going to have to take a route of a little bit more hands-on learning the coding for data packs. Uh, I did find a video of a guy. He released this video 3 months ago. He'd been working on a project on his off time for the last 2 years, and it is a full-on data pack assistant program. It's still in the earlier phases, so to speak. But it's got a lot of functionality to help people create data packs. So I had a question. So I actually sent a comment on his video. And I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool. Um, I would consider, because he's giving it early access to people who support him on Patreon. His goal is to eventually to make it free. So it's a free data pack program for people. And it's got some amazing features from what I could tell. And I'm not really knowledgeable on this stuff, but apparently it's very useful for a lot of people. It would be very useful for data pack makers with the Minecraft scene. So I actually sent him a note. I was like, "Hey, I'm new to this. I want to learn. Like, is this a tool that is good to learn on, or is this only a tool that's beneficial for people that know how to do data packs, are good with coding and all this? Because that's not really me." And he actually sent me a message back, which was nice of him. And he basically said that 95% of coders and data pack makers hate coding. They said it's slow and complicated. This tool helps everybody. It doesn't matter your skill level. It's going to help you do all of that. Which it made me feel good. It's like, okay, so even people that know this stuff don't necessarily like doing it, but it's just kind of a requirement to get things working right. So I am considering backing him. It's only like $12, I think, or something like that. And then I can get the program, and then I automatically get to join his Discord as well. So that would be nice. But I would really like to mess around with it. If I do it, I'll actually do a little bit more of a deep dive into it. I might do it with the segment we have on our podcast about websites, programs, mods, whatever. Um, but I'll save that more in depth when I do that. Maybe I'll share that with you later, MJ, if you have any interest in what it is. I
Okay.
can kind of show you the video. But yeah, that's basically what I've been working on. I'm just trying to learn a little bit about Minecraft's data pack stuff in order to take a break from my other projects. Um,
Given we're a primarily Minecrafty type podcast, you'd think that people that do modding would be listening, so they might have some input in that. Hopefully,
it's very
they'll email
possible.
us. Email us, man.
Yeah, yeah. If you are a modder out there, tell us why you prefer modding compared to data packs, or vice versa. If you're a data pack person, what are your reasons for wanting to go the data pack route instead of modding? I think everybody's got different probably
Yeah.
reasons for it. Well, it's maybe similar, but everybody thinks differently. So yeah, I'd be honestly curious if we hear anybody. But yeah, please feel free to send us a message, comment on this. It'll be a video or on our podcasting platforms, whatever works.
And we're on YouTube too, so that's
Yeah,
an easy place to comment. I know that the podcasting things are not so easy to comment on,
yeah,
but YouTube is.
yeah. Yeah, please do. Yeah, we do read them. We've gotten a few comments. I've gotten to take a look at. So thank you. Mostly just one person, and he's a friend of ours, so I can't really say much. But we do appreciate him sending some comments in on that too, on some of those
Hey,
videos.
hey, we are getting some reach, I think. So
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely expanding out. But yeah, if we can get more input from people, it help us too to get an idea of some more topics to have with everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, gauge the interest out there. That's what I want to know. I want to know what people want to hear from, you know.
yeah, agreed. Yeah, so fill us in, guys. Let us know. And on top of that, in the similar vein to you, I have been doing research because I have currently ordered a 3D printer. Something that I've been wanting for a long time. It's a little bit of a hobby that um, just looks has always looked appealing to me. I love the design and all that it does. So yeah,
Yeah, a long time ago I decided, am I going to do metal or get a 3D printer?
yeah,
Because I thought about buying a crucible and like melting aluminum and like or gold or copper, whatever I get my hands on, and like making things out of it. You know,
that'd be
getting
crazy.
molds and putting things together with molds and stuff.
Hmm.
And I actually thought about that, but you know, that is so toxic and so hot, and I'm just like, I don't know. I think I think I'm kind of better with just software like CAD, and so 3D printing definitely kind of fit me a little better. So
Hmm.
that's the reason I went with 3D printing. Plus, you know, being able to manufacture something in your garage, like
Yeah.
that's cool. You know,
Yeah, 3D printing has got a lot of versatility to it, so definitely
it fits
cool.
my prepper interest as well. Like, you know, if you can make stuff,
Be prepared for anything.
prepared for anything. Yeah.
Just useful stuff, The little odds and ends are like, man, if I just had something like this, make my life just a little bit easier.
How many times have you said that? You know, you've broken off the piece of a chair or something, or the leg, or
Yep.
broken off, you know, a little wheel or something, and you're like, man, if I could just make my own wheel, I wouldn't have to order a $20 replacement from Amazon. You
Hmm.
know, ah, how many times do we say that? And yeah, it's out there somewhere. Someone did it.
Yep.
I guarantee it. And it, you know, it's just the coolest thing to be able to print stuff. So that's nice. I envy
Uh,
you having a working one.
well, hopefully you can get yours figured out, or if you and your wife discuss it and you're able to upgrade to a newer one, that'd be good too.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess you'll see.
I definitely looked at yours, and that's a good model. I'm anxious to hear, you know, how you get it working and like what's going on with it. So maybe we can
Yeah.
put a section of our podcast for that, or we can just talk about it personally. That's all right.
Yeah.
You know, I guess I get that it's kind of gaming adjacent because people do print like little
Hmm.
figurines and little what do they call them? Little
Action
figurines
figures,
you buy for game boards and stuff like that. There's a name they got for those things.
meeples.
Meeples, yeah, meeples. I've printed my share of meeples. I mean, little things, you know, that you
Hmm.
use. I can't get too accurate because all I have is PLA right now, but you know, I make little meeples and
Hmm.
stuff like that. And it's
No,
fine.
I would love to do stuff like that too. Actually, this is gaming related, by the way. So we're gonna continue in the vein of gaming. I've been looking up some designs, and there is a guy who has created these really cool board game stations. But the fun part is they're collapsible into the shape of a book that you put on your shelf. You pull it out,
Really?
it opens up, and you got a full on chessboard. You got a full on checkers board.
Hmm.
He has a design for Hangman, so if you want to play Hangman, like you can do it that way. The one I was really excited about is he has it's a thicker one, so it looks like a big thick book, but it is for the board game Catan, and it has
Oh,
the shelf, it fits all the tiles that he
yeah. The
has.
resources and all those
Yep, and
things.
everything is
Oh,
fits
that's
in
kind of
this book.
cool.
And all you do is you just put it in your bookshelf, and you can just have the name of the game on the spine, and oh, let's play a game, and you pull out your book, and you open it up, it folds out, and anyway, I'll have to
That's
send you
cool.
that later, MJ. I saw this designer; it's pretty cool. You have to subscribe to him, and I'm sure there's like a subscription fee, but then you get access to all of his designs, and it looked pretty
Hmm,
cool.
that's
That's
cool.
actually a that's actually a print I really want to make.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
well,
I've seen a lot of people put Patreon together and they
yeah,
put their prints on there, little designs
which
and stuff.
I think
It's
is a
kind of
great
neat.
idea. Yeah, yeah, it's not bad at all.
It's a great idea
That's
for
neat.
making money at that. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's really something valuable, like something that's very useful like that,
Hmm.
it's awesome. All right, you ready to get into some news there, MJ?
Sure, let's go for it.
All right, let's see here. Do you wanna talk about the Minecraft? There's not much. There was one update, just
Yeah,
a
there was a
bug
bug
fix.
fix. We'll call it a bug. Yeah, it is a bug fix technically,
Mhm.
and it is important because when you're doing chatting, that's kind of a security issue because you want to, it's protecting the kids, of course. It's all
Mhm.
about the children. You need to protect your children, right? So you need to have that button there that they added a long time ago, which was, be able to report this person, right?
Mhm.
For whatever they've chatted about, because they're trying to groom a child or whatever, trying to
Mhm.
get personal information out of them or something like that. Anyway, so there was apparently a bug fix that needed to happen. So you can't report players, or you could not report players in chat messages if you have chat enabled. As the chat messages button is disabled with the tooltip, this player can't be reported because chat is disabled. So apparently that was kind of like a opposite kind of issue where you needed that to be switched on when it was off. So they got it right, I guess. They switched it to the right method. So now
Hopefully
setting the
that
chat to,
wasn't. Sorry. Yeah.
yeah.
Continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Hopefully that fixes it this way so that if person's like command only or hidden, then that gets inverted to the correct way.
Right.
So it's a good bug fix to me. It's
It's a
makes sense.
security thing.
Yeah, security thing.
Yeah. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing because like pretty much MJ did it word for word from their website. Like it's an interesting bug, but yeah, you're getting technical there. So.
When you needed it to work, it would exactly not work.
Exactly.
So it needed to be inverted in its function to where
There
it
you go.
was enabled when it was needed to be enabled. And so now they enabled it when it needs to be enabled.
That sounded like a more simple way of saying it. Nicely done, MJ.
I try.
You tried. Okay. Now, as far as Hightail, they had a pre-release up for update number 5, part 2. It said the avatars, first off, they now perform mouth animations when voice chat is being used. So I did see something about this before. This is obviously it's not full release yet, but this is a pre-release for their next upcoming update. So just a little bit more immersion. If you're using the voice chat function, the mouth will actually move in reference to you speaking. So kind of a nice little quality of life update to look forward to.
I
Again,
was
this
going to quit
is.
and delete the whole game if my mouth wouldn't wiggle when I talk.
Yep, exactly. It has a big impact. Yeah. Hey, you know what though? Some people like that, so good for them. But yeah, that there's a bunch of little things, different variations on different things. There was just a couple things that I really noticed. That was one of them. Uh, this was also kind of an interesting one. I said items stored in the backpack no longer lose durability if the world is configured to not have an inventory penalty on death. So that can happen a lot. If you have an inventory penalty on, there's a good chance that some of your items might be lost or damaged if you were to
Destroyed.
die.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if they're in the backpack, they are now immune to that. At least that's as far as what I was understanding.
Right.
They no longer suffer from that penalty. So might be a good
And
place
that
to store some important things.
it so happens that on our server that is enabled. So we do get that penalty in the
Okay,
backpack.
so maybe we can get into tidbits of the week. Not sure if you found anything, MJ. I threw a few things on there that was sounded kind of dude, just random stuff that I thought were interesting in relation to gaming this
Yeah,
past week.
go for it. Yeah.
All right, how about I do one and then you do one,
Sounds good.
kind of thing. So Xbox, first one was on them. They confirmed their annual summer showcase, so that's going to be on June 7th, 2026. And I guess they're doing a deep dive into Gears of War E Day. So if that's a game that you're interested in, you can tune in to their Xbox showcase. Let's see here. You want to do the next one there, MJ?
Yeah, Super Mario Galaxy movie. Have you seen it?
Not yet. No.
I haven't either. It surpassed $370 million in global box office sales. Well, that puts it up there, man. I'm
It's
telling you,
doing good.
that's like AAA movie type.
The first one was really good. I actually look forward to the second one. I'll be honest, I have seen some scattered reviews. I haven't really paid a lot of attention, but they don't seem very positive. But I honestly don't really, personally, I don't really hold that to that high of a standard because it seems like a lot of things people like just rag on. I don't mind. It's like, yeah, it could be better, but I still can enjoy something for the most part. So, anyway, that we'll see, but I kind of look forward to that. Let's see here. Next one. So Naughty Dog creative director Sean Escaig. I probably pronounced that incorrectly. I apologize. But I guess he posted a picture of a cannon in Trinidad and Tobago alongside the T's research. So the reason this makes any sense or is even a big deal is the fans are thinking it might have something to do with the next Uncharted game. So that's a big franchise for PlayStation. So if that is something that you are also interested in, maybe there's some future game news or release coming up. We'll we'll see, I guess. So there's that one, and then just that final one, MJ. Do you mind just kind of this is kind of last second. So if you want me to kind of just mention
Well,
some of this,
the thing I wasn't sure about was, well, I'll get to it, but I'll go ahead and say that the Switch 2's C button apparently has some function now where if you push it, it's now considered a premium feature. If I have that right, like
yeah,
why would the button be there if it's a premium feature? And so now you
yeah,
push it and it's like, oh, that's game chat. Oh, by the way, that's a premium feature now.
yeah,
You can't do that. You didn't pay for it. So I have
yeah.
questions.
Honestly, I don't like this personally, but
Oh, I hate it. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm not in love with this at all. Like,
no. To
so
me,
that's the
this is
reason
just Nintendo being Nintendo and
money
not the good
grubbing,
side of Nintendo.
greedy, money grubbing
Pretty much.
corporation.
I mean, you look at it, how many companies out there are doing voice chat these days at no cost because it just seems like it's become a natural feature for people, right? But for
Yeah.
Nintendo, it's a little bit different. It's like, no, we're gonna charge you. Not only that, but the quality is not going to be that good. Everything I've heard about Nintendo's chat features is the quality is not that great. So your video, they sell a very expensive webcam that you can get with your Switch 2, and the quality is at 480p.
Oh,
Like, yeah, it's bad, but they sell that camera for a lot of money, way
well,
more than
480 is like decent web chat, not like video conference business quality. So
yeah.
I don't know. It depends on what you're doing, right? Like
But my thinking on it though is most webcams you can get them for around 20 to 30 bucks at 1080p quality.
1080p. Yeah, yeah.
But they're
So
charging, I think, I have to look. I it
not
was
not
well
that you don't
over.
have a good point. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
you know,
No, it's something that I'm sure there are certain reasons for it, but I feel like the biggest reason is they just want more money, and it's not so much um, any of the other good reasons that might be it. Just my personal feelings on it. I could be way off here, but I've just seen a very poor trend with Nintendo in how they care for their fan base. They care about them in the sense of giving them fans games that they love, but they don't care in the sense of how they're charging them, among other things. Uh, I
they
think I've
love
probably talked a
their
little bit about this in the past.
they love their IP,
Yes,
right? Their intellectual
a lot
property
of
they
people do.
love,
Yeah. Hmm.
and they love that their fans love their IP.
Hmm.
But do they love their fans?
Hmm. That's a good
So
question.
that was part of my question was like, what other choices do you have as far as like if I was a Switch person, all I had was a Switch. Am I locked into this? Like, can I? Is there another choice I can make
Hmm.
besides this? Is there like a third party chat mechanism?
Not built in.
No. Okay.
Yeah,
So that's what they're doing. Is they're just being absolute corporate.
people.
I want to say nasty words, but I'm trying to keep it clean. So my
I
brain is
think
working
so.
extra hard right now to like look for adjectives that I don't want to upset people. But they're being those people, right?
Yeah,
Because they know you're locked in to
yeah.
their device, right? So they're taking
Oh yeah.
advantage of that. Taking advantage of this, you are on our device and we have you locked in. So here's what we're going to offer you is these substandard services that we're going to charge you an arm and a leg for.
Substandard at a premium price.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't not in love with that. No.
No, and I fall in a similar category in the sense that I do love Nintendo stuff. Like their
Yeah.
game, they do a good
Yeah.
job with their games. They really do, but they don't. I'm not going to get into this. You guys have heard me talk about it before. It's a pet peeve of mine. Uh, I'm just gonna leave it as is because I know there's plenty of people out there that will argue with me till they turn blue in the face that I'm wrong. That's fine. That's okay. If you feel that strongly, that's on you. I just don't feel that way. So,
Mm.
well, I'll personally leave it at that. But yeah. So,
I don't think you're alone.
oh, I know I'm not. I've seen plenty, but we try to respect everyone's opinions on stuff like this because it really does boil down to these are opinions. Uh, this is MJ's opinions. These are my opinions. That doesn't mean that that's how you feel, and that's okay. But you know, don't try to convince me otherwise because I don't really feel that way about it.
This is kind of why that personally I don't like consoles and I don't like being married to them
Yes, yeah,
because you're locked into things like that. I mean, one of the
yeah.
first things I did when I got my Wii is I hacked it.
Nice.
I mean, it runs Linux, right? So I'm like I've got a Linux command prompt on I plugged the keyboard in. I mean, I'm like doing stuff with my Switch that people are like, "What are you doing? That's not how you play that." And I'm like, "Well, this is how I play it." So whatever.
Don't let Nintendo hear that; they're gonna come after
Oh,
you.
shh, shh, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I use it exactly how you're supposed to.
Exact functionality. Yeah, yeah. All right. So anyway, those were just some tidbits of the week. I just searched quick, just found a few different things that looked somewhat interesting. Tried to hit everybody's platforms, and yeah,
You slaved all week to come up with those
all week
topics. You're
took
saying that
me
wrong.
all of like 10 to 15 minutes to figure. No, I mean yes, all week. Yeah. All right, let's get into our tools of the week websites, programs, mods. That's what we talk about in this segment. So, generally, it's maybe one or two things that we each find interesting. MJ gets into some really, really cool in depth stuff. I'm usually a little bit more surface level with like mods or data packs. So, MJ, why don't you tell me what your tool is this week?
Oh, it's not so deep. It's just draw.io, which is nice little drawing program for like flow charting. So if you've
Okay.
got a design in your head of like how something should work or steps you should take or whatever, or if you want to create like an if then do this, otherwise this kind of process in your head or something, you can throw it together and like put little flowcharty things on the screen
Okay.
and it also you can add things in there too. So often this is very much used for like network design stuff. So you may get very granular with it. You may say, I've got this certain products in my data center, right? Like that I need, I want to map out my entire data center and I want to put all the little pictures of the products that I use, or like images of the project, or like a outline of the product that I use, where each port is and what switch it's connected to and stuff like that. So people get very design oriented in that, and so you can do that. It's there. Like you can add icons into it from like particular vendors like Cisco or whoever Juniper or whoever makes your gear that you're purchased. You can put that in there and put those little designs in there and be able to like flowchart things or do data diagrams or diagram a process. Often it's helpful like in game design because you can say here's the core of the game, right? It is you go from this mode to this mode, and then when you collect the resources, you go to this mode, and so you can go into the build mode or you can go into the explore mode, and then you get different options depending on which mode you're in, right? So game designers will often sit down with a piece of paper and like work all this out like on paper before they ever touch code. So it's a very good design tool is to be able to draw something out. So
Hmm.
draw.io is like that. There is a commercial product which Microsoft makes, which is very good. Oddly enough, it's I can't remember the name of it. It's not coming to me, but everyone knows it. I'm sure it's on the top of their heads right now. But like the PowerPoint, the Word,
Mhm.
Office 365 and all that, all those little tools and stuff. Well, there's another one called Visio. That's it. So
Oh,
Visio
okay.
is what you use for like drawing designs. And so it's a very professional. You can add icons into it and all that. This one you can do the same thing. You can add icons. It's a little bit less of the professional gloss to it, but it is perfectly reasonable. And nothing's more reasonable than that cost, which is free. So Draw.io is a nice
Hmm.
place. I've used it many times. I recommend people like when I'm teaching a class on cybersecurity, and I tell people and I ask people, "Do you have a network design?" Okay, go to Draw.io and start making it because you need to have one. If you don't have one, you better have one. And so start today. That kind of thing. So that's my tool.
Cool. Mine is actually a data pack slash mod for Minecraft. This one's called Dungeons and Taverns. This one I just like because it adds more vanilla style variety to the world. So instead of just your basic Minecraft villages, and that's pretty much all you get, other than like the trial chambers. Now you get the nether fortresses, end cities. That's basically all you really get are those kinds of structures, and then that's
Basic
all.
basic villages,
Hmm.
stuff like that. Yeah.
So with dungeons and taverns, they add a lot of new style of dungeons. They add a bunch of new just buildings you can come across in the world, and they add a lot of really fun functionality. In these buildings, in these different locations, you can actually get new enchantment books that do different things, which is kind of fun. And it's not just limited to the main world. They have stuff in the nether. They have stuff in the end. So it's a wide variety of structures. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because this is kind of has a little bit to do with what I'm trying to do with data packs. So it's kind of was on my mind when I saw it. I'm like, I should talk about that one today. So if you want more variety in your world that still feels like vanilla Minecraft, where you can actually discover a bit more, it's a very good mod to have slash data pack in your world for that reason. So yeah, that
I
would
like it.
be mine. Yeah,
The
we've played with
tavern.
it before.
Yeah. It makes a tavern, like a little tavern
Hmm.
that you can run into. And that's kind of an interesting little building, you run into, and it's got beds and places you can sleep and
Hmm.
all that. And it's got a few loot things.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
I
like it.
did. I
Go
would
ahead.
say I did read a feature too that I didn't know it had, where if you find these specific locations that spawn specific enchanted books in their dungeon loot, it's if you take a villager there, a villager that is a librarian that isn't upgraded, and you upgrade him in that area, he'll actually have one of those enchanted books as a part of their trade. So I thought
Hmm,
that was kind of a cool little idea, a cool little feature. So
I did not know that.
yeah,
Wow.
so it's unique to this data pack, but I
Hmm.
thought that was pretty cool.
Is this the data pack that makes that thing where it's like a ship underground?
I think so. Yeah, I think it
That's
might be.
weird. That's weird. It's kind of a weird structure. I don't know. I don't understand it. I mean, it
Well,
looks cool.
maybe
It looks
yeah.
cool.
Well, maybe not because the way they've done it is really good. So if it's looking weird, maybe it's not the same.
I was thinking it was this one, but I'm not totally sure because we've got a bunch on our server, so I'm not quite. That's why I asked. I'm not sure this is doing it. But
Well,
have you seen it? You know what I'm talking
I
about?
don't think we have this one on our server currently.
Oh, I
I
thought we
think
did.
we've I think we've had it in the past. You would know better than I would, but I don't think we've played around with this one for a while.
I can look real quick.
Um, yeah, you
But
can
anyway,
look if you want to check. But anyway, yeah. So that's that. MJ
it
is
is a
checking
cool.
real
It
fast.
is a cool one. I mean, I do like that, and I love things that add stuff like this because it just gives you things to run into, like you explore.
Hmm.
It is the one that makes those like little traveling merchants that you. It's not like the traveling merchant that's built into Minecraft, like the one that kind of shows up with a couple of llama. It's not that. It's like a little fire pit, and then there's like a couple of schooners around it, like horse-drawn carriages or something, and you can dig
Hmm.
into the back of those, and it's got some loot or something.
I
I
don't know.
think. Yeah, we're not running it, but I should because I do like the mod. I do honestly like the mod. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, that one is also just a straight data pack, so you don't need a mod loader to run that one. So that is kind of a nice
Yeah.
feature for that. All right, so let's get a little bit into our primary topic. So this week, we've kind of touched on this topic a lot since we've started the podcast, but it's something that's talked about constantly in the news and the media anyway. Like it or hate it, it's something that gets brought up a lot, and that is,
So we're gonna stop avoiding it.
yep, we're just going to talk a little bit more about it. AI in gaming, is it good or is it bad? Uh, MJ, what's your hot take on this one? Do you feel, are you in the middle or do you lean towards one side more than the other, or how are you feeling? Because I know you've been messing around with AI too for research purposes with work.
I am probably right now in the mostly bad category.
Mm. Yeah.
So I can be general about it, and I'll just leave it at that. But you can add to it as well because just my experience with it has not been entirely pleasant.
Hmm.
I have found it to be somewhat unhelpful when it comes down to like when you're trying to help it, when you're trying to solve a specific problem with it that you really think it could help with. It's like it needs so much help from you to get it to work that by that time, how much effort have I spent in this that I could have just done the work myself?
Hmm.
However, it can sometimes lean to the I can feel the evil,
Hmm.
if that's what it, if you want to call it that, if you want to call it evil, well, I can feel it. Like I can feel it when they're trying to make money with it, right? Like I'll give you an example. The example is probably much better. So I'll get so far into a project where I'm like, okay, I just need to solve this one problem. So I've already gotten to this point, but I just need a little more help. Like, okay, so me and the AI have been going back and forth about this, and finally we reached almost to the point of a conclusion, right? So okay, let's build that function, or let's come to that conclusion. Let's find the answer. And it says, oh, you're out of credits.
Hmm.
And I felt like that was perfectly designed
Intentional.
because I've gotten it to happen over and over. So,
Mm.
in other words, I wait till I get more credits, and then once I've got more credits, because it'll tell you like, "Oh, you've got more credits at 3 p.m." I'm like, "Okay, well, so
Hmm.
I gotta wait till 3 p.m. for us to continue this discussion because I feel like we're almost there." And then it'll say, "Okay, for this next step, well, we need to go back and forth a little bit." So we'll go back and forth a little bit. It's now after 3, right? So you've got more credits, and then it's like, "Oh, we're almost there. Guess what?
Mm.
You're out of credits, man. If only you would upgrade." If you would just upgrade, see, we wouldn't have these barriers between us. That feels wrong.
Feels where it's at. Yeah.
That feels like that
Honestly,
is
when
designed that way.
yeah. So just for a little bit of reference, we were kind of having a little bit of a chat with this in our other Discord group chat. And MJ did bring this up. And I started to think that has been my feelings lately on it as well. I just didn't know how to explain it. I just thought maybe I'm just not doing it right. I'm not that intelligent with this stuff because I was never trained in coding. I was never trained in advanced math or schooling or anything like that. So I'm like, oh, I'm probably just not doing this thing right. But it very much does feel that way. It's like intentionally designed to make you struggle enough or get enough right, but not the full picture, so that you pay for the programs. And yeah, that's pretty rough. It's like, okay, either sell it or don't do this to people. This is not useful at all.
Yeah, and I wish it had more clarity as far as like what you're spending when you're using it,
Oh, I
because you don't
know. I
really get a
hate
concept.
the credits. No, the whole credit thing is stupid. Like to me, because you never know. Like, oh, your model's a little bit more advanced, or what you're doing is a little bit more advanced, so you're going to use even more credits. It's like, how do I know? Like, why can't it be just a basic? Oh, you get 1 credit per inquiry or something like that. Oh no, it's like, oh, if it's a little more advanced, you got to pay more than double the credits. Oh, even more than that, actually. To me, that's extremely stupid. Maybe not for them from a business standpoint, but for a customer standpoint, horrible. And
Yeah,
they're just trying to get people just locked in.
yeah.
So,
One of the more popular ones right now is Claude, and I'm sure you've heard
mhm.
about it because there's been like I've seen commercials about Claude on like
It's supposed to be a
TV.
prioritized code, right? Coding. It's supposed to be a more of a code
There is a part of
based.
it that does coding, but there's also other things like it'll help you design a business or whatever.
Mhm.
But it's there. I mean, it's got both. But the thing is they want you in their pay system, right? So there is a free version,
Mhm.
and it will answer questions. So you can and they give you like a bunch of credits to start with. So you can sit there and have these long conversations about something like in-depth project, maybe a personal project, or maybe something you'd like to build. Like maybe you want to finally get your budget nailed down, right? So you're like having these conversations back and forth. Help me build a budget. And you've had this nice long conversation over many, many days. And so you feel like you're almost there. Like, wow, I feel like we've got all these categories done. We've got our numbers right. We've got my income all squared away and all that. Well, let's go ahead and put that spreadsheet together. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't help you. If you had the upgraded version of at least the Work Pro, then I could go ahead and create that spreadsheet for you. So that's even Claude is doing it. And
Mhm.
that little thing where they get you with that first amount of credits. And the thing is like they're invisible. You don't know you're spending credits until you've gotten into it, and then you're like, oh, well, it's a credit system. I didn't even know because there's
Mhm.
nothing around it. There's no part of the UI that's telling you at the bottom, here's your credits, and they're dwindling. You know, you don't see that. You have no idea what you're spending a credit on, and
Mhm.
that's one of my big complaints. Is I need to know. I need to be able to quantify, because if it's not going to do it, then I have to do it. Which is to say, just about what you were getting ready to say when you talked about like your image or whatever you're working on. Like, help me create an image that will definitely fit within the free framework. Don't make it too complex. I want something that fits in the free part. Don't almost make an image and then require me to get credits to finish it. I don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
rough,
just scummy,
honestly. Yeah. So on that side, I am with you. I am more leaning towards the bad thing. I was actually kind of excited about it because I'm not a coder. I was thinking, oh, I can this AI stuff can help me do that. Like I like to do art stuff. I'm not advanced enough with the coding, but it gives you the illusion that it's helping you more than the actual it knows what it's doing.
Hey, that's a
Um,
good way to put it. I like that.
yeah.
The illusion
So
that it's helping. Yeah.
yeah. So
So yeah, if you've gotten like a coding project or something, I found it does okay if you give it very bite-sized things to do, like
mhm.
something very small, like write a function to help me sort this field or whatever. Okay, here it is. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
But if I have tried this several times. I've said, hey, I want to build this program that does this. It's a little bit large, right? It's going to have multiple pieces to it. It will
Mm-hmm.
get it wrong every time. And the
Mm-hmm.
thing is you'll be like generating errors, and you'll tell it, hey, I got errors, and it'll say, okay, well, give me the errors. So you'll
Mm-hmm.
like cut and paste the errors on the screen that it showed, and it'll say, okay, well, I got it. I got the
Mm-hmm.
solution. Just give me a minute, and
Yeah.
it'll go
Yeah.
chunk away on it for a while, and then it'll come back and it'll be like, you didn't change a thing.
Yeah.
It's still the same error in
Yeah.
the same location. What did you do? And it's like, oh, it did nothing. It did nothing. I mean, it looks like it did nothing. Maybe it
Yeah.
renamed some variables or something. I don't know, but it it was very disappointing. I'm very
Well, yeah.
disappointed.
I'm right there with you. Yeah, I was trying to get it to help me with that data pack I was talking about, and it just was not giving me what I needed. I will. Okay, I'm gonna play the opposite side. There were some things that I do like that to me it's within its capability, and it's more of a an assistant to help you think, not necessarily solve things. Now, what I mean by this is I will, just as an example with our podcast here, I will take the entire transcript of our podcast and I'll feed it to one of the AIs and I'll say, okay, I want you to generate, because honestly, I mean, by the time we're done with this and I'm trying to get the episode edited and all that, my brain is kind of dying. So like I need help to think of certain things. So I ask it to help me with possible titles for the podcast episode. So it'll go through the entire transcript and it'll give me like 3 or 4 different options. And then if I don't like any of them, I say, I don't really like those. Throw me some more. And then it'll throw me some more. And eventually it'll come up with a title that I like. And I'm like, okay, this will work for our episode. So I'll add that as the title of the episode. The other thing is give me a summary of the episode for the description in the podcast and on YouTube. So same thing, it'll generate me a bunch of different options for a summary, depending on what the thing is. And same thing, I just go through it until I find one that I think works well for our episode. And so, boom, I have those two things all squared away, and it worked out really well. I like that use case for AI. I think was very valuable because we're doing all the creative things with this. It's just helping me get a couple descriptions down that my brain is not really in the mood to do when we're done. So that is a useful thing. The other thing that I did with it that I did find helpful was when I'm working on my short story for the game I'm working on. I would shoot the what I have to AI and say, "Hey, I'm trying to get this down. What can you give me any suggestions on how this is sounding?" And it'll throw stuff at me. Some things I won't agree with. I'm like, well, I don't really agree with that. So I'm like, no. But it'll give me some good suggestions, and it'll give me some good ways to think about uh, evoking feeling for people, basically. Don't ask me what an AI knows about evoking emotion, but that's it does kind of bring up stuff like that. Uh, so just for a brief minute, I went to the other side just to mention there are some good use cases, but anything advanced, man, I just haven't had a good use for it, and a lot of stuff I want to use it for is more advanced.
Yeah, it's
So,
like walking through mud. Like you're helping it. Like, am I helping you or are you helping me?
mm-hmm,
Yeah, I would agree that it's sometimes good with brainstorming, right? Like
mm-hmm,
you've got a
exactly.
few ideas and you want to say, hey, I want to go this way with it. Give me 3 more ideas or whatever, and it'll kind of do that. But my challenge to that is, how is that different than a search on internet?
Mm. I
Is
think
it different?
for I think for me, because it feels like you're more of a have a direct interaction with something, and I think that's a little bit different than just a search engine.
So it's the Q&A presentation that
I think
sells
so.
that to
Yeah.
you, right? Like
Yeah.
that's better
Probably.
than like the here's some results,
Yeah.
list.
Exactly.
I get that, right? Like it puts in a different conversation mentality uh, rather than just the search results, which are
Yeah.
very dry, right? Like very dry, very boring, not not sorted in any way. It's just you feel like somebody sorted this, but who? I get that, and I would say, like, say you're writing, you're trying to improve your writing, right? You're trying to train yourself to be a better writer. So
Hmm.
you might say, take this paragraph and make it so that it's organized better because it doesn't feel organized right. And so you'll throw it at AI, and AI will come up with something and say, how about this? And you'll look at it and you'll be like, that's not bad, right? You'll
Hmm.
say that's pretty good. I mean, I'll accept that, or maybe it's like really close, and so you'll just go ahead and take it and you'll say, let me add this one thing, but otherwise it was good. And so sometimes I'm in that boat where I'll throw something at it and it'll throw back like something else, and it will continue to inspire me.
Hmm.
Like okay, here's another aspect of AI that we haven't touched on yet, which is art, right?
Oh yeah.
And that's a big deal, uh, mainly because of the way the AI is trained. So
Hmm.
that's the big deal, is where the way it's trained. But the thing with art is that you might have an idea of what you want something to look like, the composition of, like, say I'm sitting down to draw something, and I kind of have a concept of what I want to draw. Like a landscape with a farm in the background and a tractor in the front foreground, something like that is what I'm thinking.
Hmm.
And so, but I don't know exactly where to put the tractor, and maybe I want a fence, maybe I want an animal. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, and so I may throw it at AI and say, hey, draw me this. And what it'll do is it'll come back with like three or four or five, how many you ask for. It'll come back with drawings. It'll come
Hmm.
back with its own drawings, right? And so you'll look at those and I'll be like, now I am never going to take one of those drawings that AI came up with and say that's mine,
Hmm.
because I didn't. I told it what to draw. Yeah, I came up with the prompt, but I didn't draw it.
Yeah.
So, but I might look at those four drawings and say, well, I like the shape of the tractor in that drawing. So I might kind of copy that. But I like the fence in that drawing. And I like the fact that you put a pig and some bushes in that drawing. And I kind of like the shape of the farm in that one, but I think it's too close. It needs to be
Yeah.
further into the background. So I'm like bouncing ideas off of it more than like really using it, I guess.
Hmm.
So
Well,
that's where
you
people kind of get confused.
you know what that reminds me of, though, MJ. And tell me what you think about this line of reasoning. How is that any different than an artist going to a beautiful landscape area and painting what he's seeing? So, yes, he's looking at something that's existing, but he is doing the art himself representative of what he's seeing. What do you
Hmm.
think on that line of reasoning? Like, do you think that that doesn't apply, or is that similar?
You're saying in the context of what I was already presenting, like my idea of
Yeah.
the farm.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so I'm actually doing the drawing, right? I
Yeah.
actually put the pencil to the paper and say, okay, let
Exactly.
me try to get the sense of that tractor, and then I'll put the sense of that farm in the background.
And you're
So
doing your own art style and all that. Yep.
so that versus actually going out and looking around at a farm or whatever, like I'm looking at a farm.
Yeah.
So uh probably not much. Probably not much. Because I just don't want to spend the time to go out there and like find a farm and look at it, right? I mean, that's what I'm using the AI to do.
Yeah.
How is that different though than just going online and searching through Google image search and saying, show me pictures of farms
Yeah. You can do that too.
with
Yeah.
pigs
It's all the same.
and a fence and a
Hmm.
tractor? I don't know that that's different. I mean, I
People
don't
do that.
care.
I'm sure people do that all the time. Are you going to get mad at those people saying, "Oh, they didn't do it themselves because they were looking at this image"? Like there is so much gray area with AI. It's not even funny.
I know.
It's like everybody's feelings are so skewed and so
Hmm.
passionate. I don't know if passionate's the right word, but
Definitely
take
opinionated.
it. Super opinionated.
Well,
So,
okay, let's take this one opinion
all right.
and let's play with this just a minute. So the way AI is trained, right? It already did the Google search for you, right? Like the Google image
Hmm.
search. So long before I ever typed in farm with pig and fence and a farm in the background, long before I came up with that thought in my head, it has already eaten and digested millions of pictures of farms with pigs and fences. It's digested millions of drawings that people have done, that people have paid for with their blood, sweat, and tears, and their time, and they're sitting at a drawing pad drawing, and it copied it
Mm-hmm.
and learned from it
Mm-hmm.
without paying the author. But yet it suited me, right? It helped me because in a sense I paid for it, right? I bought the service. I know I didn't pay for it, right? It's a free service, but you're paying for it, right? You still have an agreement. You still have this license, right? That you're using from, say, Claude, and you're
Mm-hmm.
saying, show me ideas in this genre, right? But they didn't pay those authors and artists. So that is the problem. That's the big problem right there. Is
I
that
can see that. Yeah.
AI should have paid those authors.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is that those companies are worth billions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And how much did they pay those authors that they learned from? I'll tell you, it's a big round number. It's very round. Big zero, right? Big egg, right? It
Mm-hmm.
paid them nothing. And yet it charged me and other artists and other people and other programmers, it charged them to be able to copy that service and give it to them. That right there is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem because that's a copyright violation in most logic. Let's say ways of thinking about it. That is the problem, right?
Yeah. Agreed.
I would like to be compensated because that it has taken my art because I put it up on like I've done art and I've put it up on Instagram, but no one compensated me for it. I got some likes, I guess,
Yeah.
but AI has already eaten it. I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I didn't get paid.
So it's definitely a topic that is serious today. There's no doubt about that. And no
I,
matter what side you kind of fall on, it's not something you're going to have basically amiable conversations with everyone.
yeah. I mean, how much should you get paid, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you're demanding to be paid, how much should you be paid? Okay, so I
Yeah.
made some art and I put it up on Instagram, and I know that AI used it as a example and showed it to somebody. Well, I'll
Hmm.
never know that for sure. I'll never know it, right?
Hmm.
But in a perfect world, I would know. In a perfect world, AI would tell me, I used you 5 times this week, so here's $5.
Hmm.
I'd be perfectly fine with that, as long as we agreed that. Like as long as we agreed to that. Like if I said, hey, you can eat all my art, that's fine, but you pay me when you use it, and here's what I'll agree to, and so that'd be nice. That'd be okay. And the thing is that company is now billions of dollars in value because of the things it ate, and no
Yeah.
one's getting compensated. That's my problem.
Hmm.
So I don't
Yeah.
know of any other way to put it, but that's the way I feel.
That's a reasonable feeling, I think. No, that's fine.
And all the
Yeah.
code that you put up on GitHub, like people write code, put it up on GitHub, and they're like, "Hey, somebody, if you need this, here it is. Here's a nice little way of doing this sort algorithm." And then AI steals it and
And
shows
then
it
they're
to
charging
20
people to use it. Yeah.
and charging people, making money
Hmm.
showing it to people.
Yep.
That's a problem.
Don't forget, they don't give you the answer unless you start paying. No, I'm just
That's right.
kidding.
I get that. I get that it's a free account, right? Like even if you're using the free part, and you're
Hmm.
saying, okay, I didn't pay for it though. I didn't pay for it. You did. You
Yeah.
did pay for it because you signed up for an account and they are using the data that you have given them to make money.
Yeah.
So if the product is free, you are the product. You are the product. So you paid for it, right? How many
Yeah.
how many notices per year do you get of, hey, sorry about this, but we lost your personal data. Here's 12 months of free credit reporting. Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many of those do you receive?
Zero.
You don't get any of those?
Nope.
I get about 3 a year.
Oh, really?
Yep. I got a new one 3 weeks ago.
Hmm. Hmm. You're into some of this stuff more than I am, though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's important to me. I deal with that stuff, but still, it you can imagine my anger, right?
Yeah. Frustration. Oh yeah.
Frustration, anger. Like how much money did you make off keeping my data, and then you lost it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm mad. Now I'm really mad
Mm-hmm.
because not only did you make money off of it, but you lost it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm really mad. I'm really mad. And ever since I saw AI, the first time I saw AI, like OpenAI came out and said, "Hey, we got this thing. You should come check it out." And I looked at it. I'm like, this is another way, a new way to separate us from our data and make money off of it. I
Mm.
promise you. And that is, I have been proven right. I think so far. I
Seems
think
like it. Yeah. Well, MJ, I think we've well
dead
talked
horse.
about our feelings on. No, no, we are not neither the first nor the last to talk about this topic. I can guarantee you there. Um, but
I
people are
think we're at a
curious
dead
our
horse.
feelings.
We're at a dead horse level, which is fine. As long
Yeah,
as we
yeah,
reach
yeah.
the dead horse level, we're good.
Hmm.
Okay, dead horse level.
So honestly, that kind of covers our podcast for today. I did want to give a brief shout out. So we did have, and I meant to do this a while back, but we did have somebody actually donate to our podcast. It was on Buy Me a Coffee. We have an account there. So it's Undercover J Man. He has actually been our first guest on this podcast, but he actually donated to us. So J
Nice.
Man, we really do appreciate that. Um,
Thank you, dude.
and yeah, we definitely put that towards some of our operating expenses with all this stuff. Um, but thank you, we really do appreciate it. Uh, so if you as well want to maybe join MJ and me and uh, J Man and help us out, we would always appreciate it. If you want to just check out our socials and everything, it's at our website, mjandbluegaming.card.co. So card is spelled with two R's and .co. So yeah, mjandbluegaming.card.co. You'll find everything there, all the links to all our stuff. I think we might need to make some adjustments to that soon, maybe change some things, but we are currently in the process of getting a Patreon set up too. Uh, it's not 100% yet, but we will hopefully get that out there. It's technically up, and all of our podcast episodes are on it. Obviously, they're free because, well, we throw them on this stuff, so they're not going to be charged. Um, but me and MJ are going to be kind of talking about some possible stuff we can do for Patreons if we wanted to get that going. So, but
AI's already downloaded them
yeah, oh, I'm sure they have,
and
yeah,
listened to them. Yeah,
and mimicked our voices probably.
yeah. And made money.
Of
Made more money
course,
than
yeah.
we did.
So again, feel free to check out that website. We have our email there, so if you want to send us an email, please do. Obviously, more likely though, you're going to probably want to throw a comment on our videos or on our podcast episodes. That's probably most likely the place where you're going to be maybe interacting with us, and please do that. Either way, whether it's at our email or there, we'd love to hear from you. Share with us how you feel about AI. You might also want to throw out there your history in gaming. We always like to hear a little bit about that as well, and trying to get to know the community a little bit more. If you disagreed with how me and MJ feel, I'm sure there's plenty of you that do. Please let us know. We'd like to hear about it.
YouTube
And
as well.
again, YouTube as well. Yes, don't forget YouTube.
At
Yeah,
MJ and Blue Gaming. So it's a little
yep.
backwards, but still there.
It's hard to keep track of all those
Yeah,
wordings.
but
So
that's a good
again,
place to comment though.
yes, definitely, and I do see them. I know MJ. I think I set you up on it, so hopefully you can
Yep,
see the
I see
comments
him
and
too.
everything
Yeah,
too. So good. So all right. Well, everybody, it was nice talking with all of you. MJ, always a
I've been
pleasure.
MJ.
And I'm Blue. Have a good one, everyone.